Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third workshop of the Sales AI Marathon. My name is Olivia Nielsen. I'm CMO at Reply.io, and I'm super excited to meet you all today. And while everyone is joining, just please put in chat how's Sales AI Marathon going for you so far? Are your home assignments practical enough? And do you need any additional information from us to help you leverage AI and adopt AI faster? And while you're answering in chats, I want to encourage you to share your feedback about Sales AI Marathon on LinkedIn in social media. Tag Reply.io, use hashtag Sales AI Marathon, and you will have a chance to win one of Amazon gift cards that we prepared for this event after the marathon. And also, as well, I'm doing for every workshop, please stay proactive because at the end of this workshop, we will select the most catchy question, and the author of this question will receive some cool branded gifts from us. Let me take a look at the answers in chat. Okay, not there yet. What is the most challenging about AI adoption so far? Like after the two workshops, are there still some difficulties with that? Okay, maybe there should be just a little bit more time for answers. And while you are answering in chat, let me get to the most exciting parts of the workshop and basically announce the topic for today's event. Today we'll talk about AI in social selling, tips and tools to build your personal brand on LinkedIn. And I'm super excited to announce our speaker for today's workshop, Vlad Oleksienko, VP of Growth and formerly SDR team lead at Reply.io. Vlad developed his personal brand on LinkedIn and reached more than 12,000 followers on LinkedIn. So he actually knows what he's talking about. And today you will learn how to use social selling in your work, how to create and execute content plan, and expand your network and build and book more meetings. So, Vlad, please take it from here.
Hello, hey everyone. All right, so super happy to be here. This is the third part of our marathon. So cool, so happy to be here. And as you can see, here we have three parts. Probably the most important parts of cold outreach these days, this decade, of like prospecting, cold outreach, and social selling, social media. Because as we can see, we more can see that personal brands, B2B influencers are becoming increasingly important in this decade as a part of B2B sales approach. So super happy to share my thoughts on this topic. I'm not an expert, like a huge expert here, but probably I will try my best to share the best and to share my tips and like best practices I have learned so far. Okay, let's get started. And so yeah, feel free to ask questions in the meantime, and we will stop the presentation to answer them. All right, let me share the screen. Boom, here we go. Here are my slides, and let's get started. Let's talk about AI for social selling. My name is Vlad. I'm a growth leader here at Reply with SDR's background. I have spent like almost 7 years managing the SDR team here at Reply, and then I switched to the growth role and decided to try some new things as well. So yeah, here's what we will cover today. We will talk about social selling, an intro to social selling. Then we will talk about content creation, best practices, how to create viral content, how to create engaging content. Then we will talk about playbooks to book more meetings on top of your content creation game, right? Because that's why we're here. And then I will share bonus content, tools, content ideas, creators to follow, AI tools, etc. And in the end, we will have a homework, so you can give it a try on your own. So let's get started. Why it's important, why social selling becomes so important in this decade, and probably the next one too. We know that B2B sales is changing, right? We've noticed this in this decade that like outbound, we have rise of AI, no-code tools, like trigger-based prospecting. We have more tools for salespeople, SDRs, founders, right? And it's getting harder to get through the inbox, to get that reply, right? And we see the rise of different GTMs, and one of the biggest trends, we have social media, of course. Now we have almost 4.2 billion social media users. Probably it's like almost 50% of our population of the planet so far. Because, by the way, interesting fact, I guess a few days ago we reached 8 billion people on the planet. This goal, right? This mark. So almost 50% of all people on the planet are social media users. 500 million users are passion economy users. It means that they engage with content creators, content on different social media platforms, right? So they leave comments, they share content, they engage with it, they engage with creators. And now we have almost 200 million content creators. These are individuals who use their influence, creativity, or skills to monetize their audience. Of course, there are a bunch of different types of creators, and the easiest way to distinguish them is, of course, the audience size. As we can see here, Linktree did this research about like creators, and they say, okay, so we have content creators who have like up to 1K followers, then we have from 1 to 10K followers, then we have pro creators, then we have experts and expert plus. So as you can see here, the biggest part of creators economy is semi-pro creators, 1 to 10K followers. And this is a sweet spot for B2B sales, B2B creators, because it's so hard to get more than 10K followers, maybe 50K followers, right? Super hard, because when you talk about something niche or unique to your vertical, it's relatively hard to get more than 10K followers. But trust me, something between 1 to 10K followers is already great to have this asset, because I know lots of people who have like 10K, 20K followers and already earn some money for this side hustle. It's not their primary job or their like main revenue stream, but it already helps them to generate additional income and diversify their income portfolio. So yeah, for us, it's a sweet spot to get to this semi-pro audience. And as I said, there is a huge shift in B2B buyers' behavior, right? B2B buyers are educated more than ever before. They prefer, lots of millennials like me prefer to research tools, product, services on their own, and then engage with salespeople when they almost ready to sign a contract. They need just to finalize some things. And now we have like lots of proven GTMs like inbound, outbound, product-led, referrals. And now we have the rise of new GTMs like product-led sales, community. And what we're talking about today, it's like we're talking about new GTMs like social selling, creator economy, personal brand, B2B influencers, B2B creators, right? So so that's what we're talking about today. And then it doesn't mean that we need to go to this one GTM all in one, so that we should focus on this one go-to-market strategy or our revenue generating strategy, whatever you call it, right? So we can see nowadays that lots of companies, they like handshake different GTMs to strengthen them. For example, inbound and product-led sales, inbound and partnerships, referrals and outbound, right? And in our case, probably lots of salespeople, lots of SDRs, founders, marketers, they think about something like outbound and social selling. So that's what we will be talking about today. It's like how to handshake your outbound, your cold outreach, and social selling, or B2B creator's journey, right? So content creation is how to create LinkedIn content that people will enjoy to read. So when it comes to this GTM strategy, right, because we can think about content creation as a part of revenue growth for your company, for your brand or whatever, right? So content is going to be the most important part. Just like in sales, let's say email templates, sequences, or demo is or discovery call as the most important part of your sales process. The same with content creation, with B2B content creation journey, right? We need to think about content. It's the most important part of our GTM here. So today I will share just 5 best practices, in my opinion, how to create successful and viral LinkedIn content. I will share everything I know how to create useful and successful content. So the first part of this chart is something I call evoke emotions. So the very first thing, when you start creating content, you should start thinking about people's emotions, how they feel, what they feel, how they will react to your content, to your post, for example, right? So you need to think about emotions. And when it comes to emotions, we need to think about simple, like basic emotions we can all feel. Like basic emotions are something like fear, anger, sadness, happiness. And LinkedIn does a great job explaining us what people on their platform, because we're talking about LinkedIn, like content creation today, right? So LinkedIn explains us what basic emotions people have on their platform. It's something like celebrate, support, love, insightful, fun, right? So, and probably LinkedIn says to us, okay, just create content and people will react to this content based on their emotions, right? So we need to think about like something supportive, something useful, something funny, something people will love or will support, right? So, for example, when we talk about celebrate, then we need to share something like before and after, our new milestones, like new partnerships, new integrations. That's how people will celebrate this. And when you can see here, that's how people reacted to this post, right? Celebrate is the second most used reaction for this post. Of course, likes is super important as the most really I use the most frequently, right? But other reactions, like in this case, celebrate is number 2. Okay, then we have like support or love. Then we can share something about promotion, our new position, like our personal milestones, right, etc. Insightful is something, again, it's more about your vertical, your industry, your probably company, something that people find insightful. And funny, of course, typically it's memes, right? This is probably one of my favorite ones. They explain what is growth. It's like marketing product. In this case, this funny post is both like educational, insightful, and funny, because that's how Helena explains growth, right? In funny and engaging way. Fun and engaging way. So yeah, so number one, it's evoke emotions. Even before creating your content, you should know what emotion, how people will react, what emotions people will feel, right? Number two is audience. You need to remember that when you create content, it should this content should kind of correlate with your audience and vice versa. So it's a circled way. It's a flywheel. Content engage new audience. Audience likes your content. It brings more people to your content, right? So how to define your audience? Again, LinkedIn does a great job explaining us how to do this. They say choose 5 topics you want to talk about. For example, in this case, Justin talks about like branding, business, social media, entrepreneurship, and personal branding. So and Justin typically sticks to these topics, right? So that's how it works. Because when you start creating content for, let's say, PLG, growth, and then suddenly started creating something about sales, your audience will say, okay, this is not something I'm interested in, and they will unfollow you, right? So remember, content is linked to your audience. It correlates with each other. Number 3, it's formats. Super important topic, content formats. And this one will take a huge part of our presentation. Number 1, when it comes to formats, when it comes to content ideas, this is probably the hardest part for beginners and for me as well, because I actually started creating content like almost 3 years ago. I started doing this, and then I'd been doing this for 1 month, and then I have nothing to say anymore, and then I abandoned this idea. Then 2 years ago, I said, okay, I will do this again. So I started posting for like 3 months now, and then again I abandoned this content creation on LinkedIn, because I said again, okay, probably it's too hard. I have no new ideas how to start creating new unique content, etc. Then I started doing this a year ago, but then this time I'd been creating it for 6 months, and then I abandoned for a few months. And now I totally get it. It's hard, but this cheat sheet will help you to stick and keep creating your content. So here's a cheat sheet. I will send it after the webinar. So it's super important to start creating different ideas, right? So let's say you love to talk about, you keen on, let's say, B2B sales, and then you can use topic in brackets and change these brackets with your unique topic, let's say B2B sales, and then you have something like 10 tools for B2B sales, 10 B2B sales books, 10 B2B sales podcasts, AI in B2B sales tips and hacks. So now you have like almost 100 ideas. So this will be super helpful for everyone who starts their LinkedIn journey. So now you have 4 types of content: lists, expert content, content about your company, and your personal stories, like about you and your journey. Okay, so let's say we decided to create a piece of content about X tools for topic. But again, let's say I want to create something like 7 tools for SaaS sales, right? In reality, it's not that engaging content, right? It's quite typical piece of content. So what other content creators do, they have like, they kind of change wording to make it more engaging, right? So now you have something like adjectives, verb, noun, and timeline. Now, instead of creating something like 7 tools for B2B sales, we can change structure and have for the same format, right? So we can now say something like 7 best sales tools to 10x your sales, 7 best AI tools to use next year, 7 newest AI tools to give a try today, etc. So basically what we did, we used only one content idea, X tools for topic. Then we added some structure to this topic. Let's say adjectives, verbs, and nouns like best, free, creative, save, increase, etc. Today, next year, since 2015, faster, easier, in less than 5 minutes, etc. And now we can create a more engaging content. Then when you decided, okay, I will proceed with something like 7 best AI tools for sales teams, for sales reps, or for SDRs. Let's say 7 best AI tools for salespeople. Now we need to think about post formats. It could be anything. It could be image, just an image of these tools. It could be a carousel or PDF, right? Then we can create a GIF. Then it could be a listicle or list. Then it could be like an image or hand draw image or a screenshot, or we can explain it, right? Like just a list and explain what each tool does. So formats are also super important. So now you see that we used only one post idea, then we have different structures for the same post idea, and then we can use even different formats for the same idea: image, carousels, lists, GIFs, etc. And when you finally come up with all these ideas, right, you now know what content you want to create, what content your audience loves, etc. Then you can serialize your content. It means that you can start creating like similar pieces of content in a recurring way, like every 2 weeks, every week, every month, or let's say every week you can share cold email templates. Every week you can share trends in your vertical industry or company. Every month you can start sharing best new tools. Every month you can start sharing best podcasts you discovered, etc. So then you can serialize your content, and it will be way easier to to stick to this content creation routine. Number 4, it's algorithm. Imagine you manage to evoke emotions. You know your audience. You created an engaging content. Now we have something like algorithm. Every now and then, different social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, they change their algorithm because they want to change users' behavior on their platform. The same with LinkedIn. We need to understand their algorithm. For example, now LinkedIn encourages us to create carousels, create longer pieces of content, not shorter ones, but longer. They encourage us to comment, to engage with the audience, etc. And they encourage us to create an insightful and domain-specific expert content, right? So that's what they want in this version of their algorithm. So yeah, we need to stick to algorithm, and we need to adopt every time when it changes. For example, as we can see here, here's typical number of views per each post and different formats of this post. As we can see here, LinkedIn encourages us to use images and carousels. Who knows, maybe next year they will say, okay, video is something we encourage our creators to use, and maybe next year they will say, okay, just start creating videos. But nowadays it's still about images and carousels. Remember, 2 years ago everyone was creating like polls, because actually LinkedIn had been like promoting this type of content, right? Now we rarely can see polls, right? And the same with length. LinkedIn say, okay, you need to create longer content. As we can see here, the longer content you have, the more likes on average you get. And then when it comes to timings, we need to post our posts when people are engaged, when they are the most active on the platform. It's like in the morning, basically, almost every day. And now, part number 5, it's hooks and endings. Again, you know how to evoke emotions, you know your audience, you created a great piece of content, you understand algorithm. Now we need to understand that hooks is something that grabs our attention. It's just like YouTube video, right? We love beautiful YouTube video covers. The same with hooks. The more engaging hook you have, probably the more viral this content become. And you should start collecting these different types of hooks. You should start discovering different creators, how they create content, what hooks they use, and just start creating your libraries of hooks, and eventually like start making them your own, basically. So hooks are super important because you can create a really great piece of content, but the like probably 2 first lines are super important. You need to make them like really, really, really great. Again, this is my key principles of content creation. Remember why you do this. You need to decide why you do this, what you want to achieve with this approach, etc. Just keep reminding yourself why you do this. I should have 4 types of content: insights, educational, creative, or informative. Then virality is a key, because again, when you want to grow your audience, you need to create a content that will go outside of your like followers bubble, right? So that's how you gain new followers, right? So you need to create a viral content, and then that's how you gain new followers. And every time, that's how you gain new followers. Consistency is super important. Like, you should say, okay, I will create content 3 times per week, 5 times per week, or maybe 3 times per month, whatever you think it works better for you. But consistency is super important. I'm trying to avoid like blah blah posts. So that's why I stick to insightful content. But again, this is just my key principles. I'm focused on carousels. I'm trying to create a visually appealing content, like great design, cool formats, something like visually appealing. I'm trying to follow best practices. I'm trying to repurpose content. Basically, what I mean here, I can just pick one format, one topic, let's say 5 tools, and then I can create a carousel, then a GIF, then a list. So that's how you can just reuse the same content like every month or so. Okay, I'm trying to follow top content creators to learn more. Number 13 is super important. Always save your ideas somewhere in your Airtable notes, because again, it's something, ideas is something I'm pretty sure you will forget in the next 5 minutes. So save your ideas, save your hooks, save content ideas, post ideas, formats you want, right? Super important. Follow trends, but create new ones. Again, remember, even the best artists, the best painters, they steal ideas, they influence by someone else like ideas. So that's okay to steal ideas, to follow trends, but again, that's how you can create something new, something unique. Okay, the first bonus content. Here's the link. I highly encourage to visit this link. You can find there. You can find something like 18 tools for LinkedIn content creators. These 2 cheat sheets, formats and structures, 60 plus LinkedIn creators to follow, and 1 pro tip. Again, we will share everything after the presentation, after the workshop. Number 3, it's playbooks. Okay, maybe just give me a second. Maybe we have some questions, etc. Olivia.
We still don't have any questions so far, so I think we can proceed and then probably some more beer.
All right, let's proceed. And number 3, playbooks. Okay, so you started creating content. You started gaining your audience. You started gaining some views, some new followers. Now we need to think how we will convert our like LinkedIn hustle, our content creation hustle into meetings and revenue as salespeople, as SDRs, as founders, growth leaders, marketers, etc. So how to convert your LinkedIn game into meetings or revenue, basically. So I will share some playbooks. These playbooks is something I've noticed other creators do with their content and how they convert their LinkedIn right into revenue. Number 1 is simple. It's built in public. Okay, you just started creating content. Now you can start sharing updates about your company, your brand, your like business. You can start sharing product updates, testimonials, case studies, etc., metrics. Just build your company in public, right? And it works best for C-level founders, employees, right? And your main idea here, your main KPI here is to drive LinkedIn traffic to your website and gain new followers. It's super hard. It won't work for SDRs because, right, they don't pay you for driving website traffic from LinkedIn to the website, right? So this one works for C-level and employees and founders, and it's hard because it will require probably years to see a huge power of content creation, right? But again, here a few ideas. Tyler Denk, co-founder at Beehive, he creates super great content about product updates, new features, and that's how new prospects find out something about his company, right? So that's how they click on a link, a product update link, then they start thinking, okay, I remember this product. When it's time, I will start using Beehive for newsletters. Or Christoph from Slide, he also shares like typically product updates, and that's how he promotes his company every single day. It's so great to see to follow founders, C-level employees, and see how their company changes. How their company change, right? Number two is LinkedIn traffic to website. Um, so you can create a LinkedIn post, then you can create a separate lead magnet on your website, for example, and then ask your followers to click a link, and that's how you will drive website traffic to your website. This time it works for C-level employees, founders, marketers, and salespeople. So here's how it works. You can create a really cool piece of content, and they say something like, okay, to get this piece of content, just click a link. Typically, it redirects to the website, and then you have a website form, and that's how you can collect MQLs, etc. So you can define your main KPI here. It could be traffic, page views, PDF download, MQLs, etc. So here's a great example, right? And the did something like this. He said, okay, I created 97 AI prompts to sell like crazy. Just comment send. I will send you the link, and here's the link, and you'll click it, and you get the list of these AI prompts. But there is some useful content about his company distributed, right? Promote event or webinar. You can use LinkedIn for webinars. Again, you can say, okay, tomorrow we'll have a webinar. Feel free to join us. Then, as a salesperson, you can, for example, run this webinar, and all MQLs or leads are yours because you created this webinar with your team, and now you can use these MQLs to book meetings. And so that's how you can collaborate with your marketing team, etc. Right? Complexity is medium, but it's typically it works. Build media company. This one is super hard. So you can build content that they can't actually ignore. It works for everyone: C-level, founders, marketers, salespeople. Main KPIs are website traffic and page views. So you can start creating an engaging content, and again, you can just level up your marketing content, like a blog or PDFs or lead magnets, etc. So typically, they just redirect LinkedIn followers to the website. So that's how they know more about your company. Feature section, you can improve your feature section and main CTAs to get slightly more clicks. It works for everyone. So when you start creating content, people will start visiting your LinkedIn profile page. And they can see something like featured section, and then you can say, okay, I have a cool newsletter about like SaaS trends, or I have a list of tactics. So typically they can click on it and just start discovering something outside of LinkedIn. Or you can create a custom CTA in the main section on LinkedIn. It could be anything. What I've noticed, lots of content creators use book a discovery call or book a consultation, schedule a call. So you can leave a calendar link here, and that's how you can drive more meetings and MQLs as well. It's up to you what you want to achieve here. Create a poll. So again, Sam Nelson, ex-outreach employee, he perfected this strategy. I'm not sure if he does it, but here's how it works. You can create a poll, something about your industry or a problem you solve, or like something close to your product, your vertical, your industry. And here's how he does this. He says, hey, SDRs, what is your primary contact data provider? Zoom Info or something else? And as we can see here, almost probably 1,000 people said they use Zoom Info. So now Sam can download the list of upvotes, and he can send a personalized call to outreach. Said, hey, I noticed you participated in the poll. You said that you use Zoom Info. By the way, I'm building something similar to Zoom Info. Do you want to give it a try? So that's how he performs his cold outreach, right? It's a super smart idea, I would say. So you can create a poll, then reach out to poll participants and use poll data as a reason for outreach. So it works for everyone. For example, your CEO or your founders can create this poll, and your salespeople or your SDRs can reach out to these poll participants, right? So in this case, our main KPI is booked meetings. Complexity is easy, basically. The more followers you have, the more votes you have, and the more potential meetings you have, basically here. Reach out to someone who visited your profile. So for example, when you start creating content, again, people will start visiting your LinkedIn profile, and LinkedIn shares the list of these views. So you can reach out to these people and say, hey, I noticed you visited my profile. Are you interested in discovering sales, or do you want to chat about sales, or etc.? Any thoughts on new trends in sales? I have noticed this dozens of times. When I visit someone's profiles, automatically they send me a message in like an hour or so, a cold email. So yeah, it's quite common playbook here. Post likers intent. Here's how it works. You can write a useful LinkedIn post around the problem your service or product solves. Then you can extract the list of people who like the post and reach out to them. For example, recently I created a post about outbound as a part of growth department. I got like almost 150 upvotes, and now I can download the list of likes of people, like the list of contacts who liked the post, and reach out to them. Hey, I noticed you were interested in outbound as a part of growth department. Is this something you are trying to build, or just start? It's gonna be a great conversation starter. So this is quite useful growth cold outreach strategy. What I also noticed is that some people can steal like likes from other content creators. For example, you sell, I don't know, you sell marketing services, I don't know, maybe PPC, for example. And there is a content creator who regularly posts about PPC, and then he created something about like a problem about PPC. Then you can extract the list of these post likers. It shouldn't be your content, basically, right? So that's like an advanced idea here. All right, so there are way more playbooks. So there is no time to share all of them. So that's why I created an Airtable with 18 plus social selling playbooks. There is a playbook name, there is a description plus examples, so you can give them a try. So here's the link, basically here. Way more playbooks to give it to try. And number 4.
Vlad, let's make a pause. We have one question from Anna. What are some LinkedIn creators that are a good example of everything you discussed in your presentation?
We have the second bonus content with like 60 plus LinkedIn creators. You can follow them just for a few days, for a week or months, and then you will see different types of content they create. So typically they implement some of these playbooks. Some of them just build in public. Some of them drive LinkedIn traffic to website. For example, like Andy here, like promote webinars. Typically, we do that at Reply. We can build a media company. For example, you can follow Bluegraph from Hockey Stack or Will from Lavender. Um, so yeah, so here's examples of these playbooks, and here I have also some kind of examples, plus content creators, list of creators. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Another question is how to get new followers without a paid promotion, especially for those people who just starting this LinkedIn.
Okay, that's a great question. Number one, I would suggest start connecting with people on your own. Just send these connection requests. Just start sending maybe 10, 20 connection requests per day. So that's how you can, let's say, get your first 1K followers. And some of them will become like your fans, and they will start liking your content. So that's how you can like expand this bubble, basically. So yeah, don't be shy to send connection requests, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, and finally, third question from me. From your standpoint, again, for those people who are just starting with LinkedIn, what is the best cadence of LinkedIn posts to kick it off?
I will suggest to start creating something semi-viral. Current, it's so semi-viral. I mean, you need to use types of content LinkedIn like actually promotes. I mean, carousels, something about AI, maybe tools, listicles, curation list, insightful content, or maybe memes, because memes, there are some content creators, for example, when it comes to sales. I love what, just a second, I will find it. I love what Casper, I guess, his name, sorry, I forgot his name. Yeah, Caspian. So he creates extremely cool memes about sales and SDR. So and that's how he like reached, I guess, maybe 15K followers just because of memes mostly.
Wow, that's cool. So if you have a good sense of humor, then
Yep.
follow this
Yeah,
meme
yeah.
strategy.
Yeah, I actually have sense of humor, but I can't create memes, unfortunately. I have no idea how they do this, so that's why I prefer insightful content. But again, memes are a great way to gain followers. But again, be like you should know that memes it isn't something insightful. They will just follow you because of memes. To convert them into like traffic or meetings or revenue, that should be again insightful, useful content. So that's
Something
why
extra.
we live on LinkedIn, right? We want to find something really cool about our industry, right? New insights, new trends, etc. Memes are just for virality and gaining new followers, I would say.
Got it. Got it. Thank you.
All right, let's move on. Number 4, tools, how to streamline the content creation process. So number 1, you need something for content and idea storage. That could be anything, Notion, Google Keep, Airtable, ClickUp. So that's how you can use text, for example, for different pieces of content. You can use calendar views. You can store ideas, because for me, typically the best ideas pop up somewhere between 11 to 11 p.m., 1 a.m. So that's why I have my phone. And when I get this idea, I just save it, because I know that in the morning I will forget it, like for sure. So you need to store these ideas. Whatever you want, but again, you need something with calendar view or with tags, just to remember, because you need to kind of have different types of content, formats, etc. Number two, you need to create visuals. As I said, you should avoid text-only content, because typically this type of content gets less views on average, right? So you need to create visuals. In this case, we need, I'm talking about like images and PDFs, because these like two formats are the most popular for now. So Canva, Figma, something maybe generative AI like Dali2, Midjourney, Excalibur, CleanShot for screenshots, for beautiful screenshots or GIFs, Loom for videos. Number three, we need something like for content management. Schedules, analytics, performance, etc. So there are a bunch of tools for LinkedIn, like Authored Up, Supergrow, Typefully, Typeshare, Hustle Content In. So that's how you can manage everything in these tools. Typically, they already offer you the list of a library of viral posts of other creators. They analyze your metrics, performance, week over week growth, etc. So you need to analyze your metrics, right, somehow. So now you need some bunch of helpful LinkedIn tools. Let's say Shield for analytics, AI carousels to create carousels, Tappy for AI commenting, Clio to find to find popular content, and again some bunch of useful tools. Just give them a try. And now we can talk about helpful AI tools. ChatGPT, for example, you can use different prompts here. For example, for me, I'm not a native English speaker. For me, sometimes it's hard to kind of structure my thoughts, right? So then I can say, okay, correct mistakes, correct my grammar mistakes, rephrase the sentence, make it shorter, make it longer. So yeah, you can use different prompts with ChatGPT. Again, Bart, you can pull a list of some resources right away. Just ask Bart, for example, hey, give me the list of top 5 tools for partnership managers. Boom, you got this list. Now you can create a piece of content around it, right? Creator, Copy AI, Jasper, Perplexity, it's just something like Bart, Grammarly Go to correct mistakes, AI writing assistants. Super Meme helps create memes with AI. So really cool tool. Max AI to use ChatGPT on different websites. Sales GPT, this one is probably great for SDRs. I guess we have lots of salespeople on this webinar. So there is a Sales GPT. It's a Bravado chat GPT wrapper, I would say, powered by Bravado, the sales network. So Bravado is a sales network. There are lots of great salespeople there. So they basically share really insightful content. So probably sometimes ChatGPT can create like generic content, but with Sales GPT you can really get useful insights and useful tips on sales, cold outreach, prospecting, etc. So we can ask, like, I don't know, maybe top 5. Let me try it. Top 5 cold email tips, for example, and okay, now he wants me to log in. A second. Probably they locked me out. second, let's try it. So yes, this one will be useful for SDR salespeople who want to create content on LinkedIn. Super helpful tool. Cold emails. Okay. So it will be based on, so this answer will be based on the community answers. Super cool stuff, I think. All right, and here's my LinkedIn tech stack. Here's what I use for my content creation process. Airtable to store ideas. It's my calendar, so I know what I will post tomorrow, next week, next month, etc. ChatGPT for content creation ideas. Perplexity to grab some lists, let's say top 5, I don't know, AI tools, top 5 alternatives to, like, I don't know, to ChatGPT, etc. Canva for visuals, PDFs, carousels, images, CleanShot for screenshots, Pitch for presentations like this one, Excalibur for hand-draw visuals, Beehive for my newsletter, Shield for LinkedIn analytics, and Clio to find LinkedIn content. All right, so your homework is to create a content plan for 1 or 2 weeks. You can use something like this, a view just to visualize your content calendar. Then implement some of the ideas we have learned today. Define your playbooks, your main KPIs, your goals. It's webinar, traffic, virality, followers, meetings, whatever you choose. Then feel free to share your content with me via email or DM me on LinkedIn. Maybe I could help or share, like, maybe advise something. And then step 5, join us with Thibaut next week for the Q&A session to address any questions about AI prospecting, social selling. And of course, let's stay in touch. Here's my Linktree account. There are a bunch of useful tools there. And as always, thank you.
Thank you, Vlad. It was super practical and helpful. I think for those people on today's workshop who want to kickstart with social selling on LinkedIn, there are tons of practical tips to help with that. Of course, we will share the slides with all the bonus materials from Vlad after this workshop. So please keep in touch with us. And finally, let's pick up the best question. Unfortunately, today there were not too many questions in chat. So basically, we have one from Anna. What are some LinkedIn creators that are a good example of everything that you've discussed in your presentation? And this is the question today we actually have from the audience. Anna, if you are with us, please reach out to me on LinkedIn or Vlad, and we will ask you about the address to send the branded gifts to. So, team, please put my LinkedIn link so that Anna could message me or what. And yeah, congrats everyone for and thank you so much for your time today, because I think this was very, very helpful. Please just check out and do the home task that Vlad has shared today. I think it will help you to kickstart with social selling on LinkedIn. And I also want to announce that our next workshop, basically this will be a Q&A session, is planned on October 17. And we invite everyone to fill in the form that we will send after this workshop. Fill it with your questions that you want us to cover on the Q&A session on October 17. And basically, for the next session, the speakers will be Vlad and Thibaut Suri, our previous speaker. So the two speakers will answer your questions. So please put them in the form that we will send you via email. And Also, again, please share your feedback about the marathon on social media, on LinkedIn. Just, start implementing these helpful tips from Vlad. Share your feedback, tag reply, use hashtag SalesCI Marathon to win Amazon gift cards after the events. And thank you so much. I think that's it, and we will see you in a week.
Okay, bye, everyone.